Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today will be a little bit special reading since this is 8-8 portal and I did quite an extensive read on that yesterday. Today I decided to do a quick check on the Divine Masculines and see how they are doing. Because the majority of all of you watching are Divine Feminines, usually wanting to have some information to know what's going on, especially since we've seen that there are quite a lot of shifts happening for both DF and DM life, and it can manifest in an unusual way in your 3D communication with them. Or you may be wondering if you're not in communication. So let's find out what's going on. So I will do my usual drill with the oracle cards first, and I'll pull them for both of the twins, but then I'll focus the tarot part on the Divine Masculines, what's going on in 5D space and 3D space, what are they going through, and what kind of next steps they're planning to take in terms of this connection. Okay, let's get started. Thank you everyone who joined me for this reading. I appreciate having you all guys here, and of course don't forget to click the like button on the video, to subscribe to my channel, to leave a comment, or to share it with someone you feel will benefit from this specific reading or even from similar readings on my channel. And remember that these are timeless readings, so although I'm recording this on the 8-8 portal day, it can be whenever you actually were guided to see this message based on the title. You would just being guided that video, there could be something here for you, so treat it as a timeless read, please. For Divine Feminine, we have the Wanted card. Wanted, Universe Creators. This is a reminder, right, that we are universe creators as Divine Feminines, as light workers, as those who are guiding the path for everyone else, including our DMs as well, in terms of creating the universe, basically. Yeah, we have you see there are Russian dolls here, so it actually has like these different levels of information and of creation. So it starts like the smallest doll is the cell, then we have organs, body, species, planet, solar system, and galaxy, right? So it basically shows you how similar those systems are, right? Like they include the universe in themselves. Every cell of our body, of everything that surrounds us, has the universe of it, but I mean the cell of our body especially, right? Then the organs, every organ and organ system that constitutes our body, the body itself, and then you go larger scale, and all of it has its consciousness, its intelligence, and its structure, its purpose, its way of development, right? It's a representation of the universe. So another message to me with this card is you can implement this universe creation even with small steps, even with taking care of your body, for example, right? Cleansing your energy, or even cleansing the space around you, right? Taking care of environment, making sure that you don't litter every time you go somewhere for barbecue. Those things, they're simple and they may not sound as magical or honorable, but they truly are. And by bringing more of that goodness in and making change for the better, and don't even get me started on getting other people to follow your example, right? That's even better, because you're then there is a ripple effect on how you're multiplying that. But of course we all start with ourselves. It's like in that Little Prince story where he had his routine where he was getting up, wash his face, or like brush his teeth, and then take care of his planet. He had a tiny planet, but that was a daily routine that he felt like that was his main duty, to take care, first of all, like do the taking care of himself, right, the basic stuff, and then like enabling yourself, and then taking care of his planet. And trust me, this kind of energy is contagious for people, because the more they see that you pay attention to those unimportant things, starting with your own routine for your own body and ending with taking care of the environment. The more they will see that it really, especially as they see that it actually produces change, the more they will be participating themselves. And even if they had some prejudices about it before, this will not stand a chance, right? Because this bigger energy of light, of love, actually is gonna conquer their hearts. Okay, what do we have for the masculines? Ooh, very masculine card. It was the mustache there. You will only see the way by making the way. Oh, I love it. And he's got a wand, and it's kind of a firework too. Yeah, like super masculine energy charged card. In every aspect of it, like the visuals, the idea of the drawing, the message itself, right? Like making the way. It's like this masculine vibe where you're creating, where you're taking action, where there is no way and you're like paving the way, right? And not just paving a way with a shovel, right? But this is like a next level kind of paving where you're using the energy, the light, right? It's a lot more fine-tuned, a lot more sophisticated than just literally like going into the wild territory and trying to make something of it, to build something there, or even like to build a path, right, where there's a lot of weed, like a lot of those trees, plants maybe that kind of like cover everything, and then you are trying to pave the way. So this is more of energetic paving the way, but something that reminds divine masculines that because of how unique twin flames are and how unique our mission is here, we won't find much happiness by following someone else's path, especially if it's a very 3D path. And yes, for the masculines, it may be harder to get away from that, understanding that your idols cannot be just regular 3D people. I mean, it's not a very good idea to idolize anyone anyway, right? But it's never going to create the same result for us, because our vibration is different, our frequency is different, and things that make us happy are on a kind of a different level too. Like those 3D things, the joy and content from those will fade away pretty quickly, right? We need something more genuine, more authentic. And it's not like anything is gonna do, right? And we won't be able to talk ourselves into that. The same goes with the lifestyle and people we surround ourselves with. And I'm actually on Friday I went to a dance competition locally in New York, and I saw a lot of people that I know. I was supporting people like I'm close to. I was watching other people from the distance, those who are very famous, and I kind of know their story, but I don't know them personally. It was all exciting, and it brought a lot of memories and a lot of thoughts to me as to how the dance world is choosing their partners for dance and for life. And a lot of times, like in that society, it's even more exaggerated, where a lot of times, well, first of all, finding a great dance partner unfortunately comes first to finding a life partner. Like there is a big stigma on, finding a great dance partner is like the most important thing in your life as a dancer. And yes, if you found a good one, then it's a very good idea to get together as a romantic couple and hang on to each other. And there is just so much wrong with that part of the story that don't even get me started, but I think you understand, right, where I'm going with this. So, a lot of times we're telling them ourselves, dancers or no dancers, that we are supposed to be happy where we are, right? In a dancer world, it would be, okay, I have this beautiful partner, they're a great dancer, they accomplish so much, they're so gorgeous, so beautiful, whether it's a man or a woman, right? Like I'm supposed to be happy. Like that's the ultimate. And at some point in my life, that was like my biggest dream, to find someone like that, just with those 3 points. Seriously, just like those 3. Nothing about like their character or how they are at home, how they pay attention to you. Like that's all like secondary. That's like a jackpot that, you know, only 3% of people, 1% of all people can win. That's how bad it is, right? So for divine masculines to accept that they're actually supposed to create a new way rather than follow everybody else's footsteps or those of somebody who is successful in their area, right? This is a huge deal. Okay, let's get going. I was gonna make this a short reading, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna get right to it. So let's see what's going on with divine masculines today in the 5D space. What is happening with them energetically? Wow, death. No comments. Mic drop. I'll put some clarifiers though. What's happening in the 3D space? Yeah, and the last point about the card, sorry, is just coming to me. I cannot stop it. Just can't stop. Another spin on this card is the more, like, as soon as you start taking steps, the more of that road gets open to you, right? You get to see more of it, right? It's like if you're in the field, right? And you just have the field and the sky, right? You don't necessarily see the end of it or what's going on, like, you know, I don't know, 500 steps from now. You don't really know what the landscape is like or what, like, you can guess that probably it's the field continues because you would see something else. But you don't really know what would you see, what would that surface be like, what's going on there, right? It's kind of like, but the more surface like you cover, the more you see of that road, right? So it's kind of like that. It's also having faith that things are gonna work out, that they're gonna come together. Once you start taking those brave steps of saying, I'm different and this approach that others are taking is not gonna work for me. I want more, I want something better. Then things are gonna start coming together for you. It's not like you're gonna say that and, you know, stay alone in that energy of like, yeah, you know, people will be bringing you down because they will say, oh, you think you're better than others, huh? No, it's like, if you really believe it, if you have faith in it, then the universe will be bringing the rewards and will be supporting you on this journey. Even if it's not gonna all come together for you overnight, right? But it will happen in divine timing, and that's where you're supposed to trust divine masculines watching. So what do we have in 3D space? Ooh, Page of Swords in reverse. What kind of actions divine masculine taken with regards to this connection? Wow. Temperance, Knight of Wands. Wow, I love this. Love this energy. Very fiery. For the Leo season, it's amazing. 2 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so divine masculines overall, they're feeling like they're supposed to make a choice. They're supposed to set their priorities. Oh, and there's also in this deck, there's also a dog with like I'm getting like this is like a message, right? So they could be waiting for some message to be able to decide what to focus on, what their priorities would be like, because they are being pulled in different directions, and they understand that they can only keep it up for so long. That's juggling, right? At some point you'll get tired of it, you won't be able to carry on. So they are already thinking that, yeah, I better get my head around these topics and make a choice of where I want to focus on. Please clarify the death card. Okay, please clarify Page of Swords in reverse for the 3D space. I got 4 cards, but I'll take them. They very confidently fell out. Please clarify the Temperance and Knight of Wands. Aw, 6 of Cups. Love it, love it. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, this is like continuation of that story with having to make a choice, right? This is about planning. This is about understanding where you want to invest your resources into, right? Seven of Pentacles is about investment, right? And this can be time, money, energy, intelligence, or all of the above. Okay, so going into 5D space, we have the Death clarified by 5 of Wands in reverse. So the biggest transformation is Divine Masculine being able to disengage from the 5D, from the 3D noise, from other people pulling on them and trying to sway them into a certain mode of thinking. And yeah, I already gave you a long background to that in this card, right? So this is them being able to zoom out from the situation whenever they get into one, whether it's passive or active participation, because sometimes when we read a post on Instagram, that's our participation, but it's a passive one. We don't actually talk to someone, we don't initiate a conversation. It's more of us listening, watching, but this is also getting the information. There's there's even an expression for that kind of relationship. I forgot what it's called. Like, you know, when you're following celebrity on social networks and you feel like you get so many posts from them, it's like you know them, but of course you don't, because you only see what they want to show you. But it still creates that illusion of having a relationship and knowing the person, right? Or the situation, or whatever it is that you're reading about, watching, or listening. So it's kind of like that, where they can, whether it's social networks or actual people who are surrounding them and, you know, maybe even impacting them by sharing their stories, what they're battling in this world, what they value in this world, right? They are being able to disengage from that and think for themselves, at least energetically. Like their energy is a lot more on point and to what's important. Like there is a lot better connection between the conscious mind and the energetic field, the heart space. Yeah, on the conscious mind, I have a lot here actually. So we had Page of Swords in reverse, and as a clarifier, we have Page of Wands, Four of Swords, the Judgment, and the Devil. So Divine Masculines, I'm getting that Divine Masculines cannot think that they're able to just show their masculinity or cut someone off or like make a quick decision and forget about it, right? It's not like, okay, I'm just gonna deal with this quickly, I'm gonna make a decision here, I'm gonna do this there, and it's all gonna be sorted. No, they understand that there are bigger forces that will still be impacting their life. Like those, first of all, those life choices will stay with them, right? They're going back around, they're seeing it more and more often, where they feel like with this kind of sword, they're creating closure to a certain scenario. It's not working like that. So it's not enough just to decide or just to cut someone off and be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. No, you need to, they're getting more that it's more about being able to reconcile the situation in your mind and in your heart, right? So that you truly heal it or you truly understand it without trying to just cut people off if they, you know, irritate you or frustrate you or make you upset or angry or whatever, right? It's like seeing the value of, you know, observing the situation more and getting more insights from it rather than just being in denial or walking away, right? That's also part of this energy, not wanting to see the truth, right? And the devil energy as well. Just wanting to kind of make a quick decision, like pat yourself on the back, I've dealt with it, it's fine, I don't want that BS in my life, right? But it's not always the story, like you don't know the story just to do it that way. So maybe it's those things that before didn't deserve their attention like they thought, they're now looking at those in a more profound way and paying attention, right? It's like if you had a stereotype against certain kind of people and you would never take their opinion or even talk to them or even consider having a conversation, and suddenly you're seeing this new vibe. this new exotic flair, where you see, like, suddenly you're seeing the value in conversation with somebody that different or that unique, or somebody who is very far away, like on a scale, at least from your understanding, who is very far away from your set of values and your views on the world. The more the diversity, the more insight you can get from that person, that situation, right? Being open to it. And the dynamic and the action that divine masculines want to take, we have Knight of Wands and Temperance, right? It's like, to me, and I'm glad that we got Six of Cups here, because to me it's the ultimate, like, kind of like twin flame love story. Because first of all, we have a strong physical attraction, sexual pull, and it doesn't mean, of course, that in twin flame journey, it doesn't mean that the masculine is just gonna sweep you off your feet and make passionate love to you. I mean, it could be, of course, congrats, but it still means that there is this conscious, because I asked about taking action, right? They want to take action towards having that passion together, right? Or they will find a way to do it in a more subtle way, right? Maybe it will be more revealing texting back and forth. Maybe they'll post some sort of erotic picture in their social network, and they know that you'll be watching, right? It's that sort of connection, that sort of game, but from an energetic perspective, it'll be electric. For them, knowing that you'll be watching if you don't communicate, and for you, because you'll be like, yeah, that's my person. And the other part of it is, of course, and that comes from this unconditional, pure love that the twins have for each other, right? That's causing the masculines, this passion is like, the masculine self, it's in their nature, that's how they express love. This one is more about energetic rebalancing and being able to stay, to get their masculine and feminine energies into more of an alignment, and also to be able to be patient without having anxiety from waiting, which is a huge deal, where they understand that things are taking time on this journey, that this is so special, it deserves that time. It's like a, slow cooker, right? That will get you the healthiest and most delicious meal at the end. But they don't want to be anxiously waiting. And that's the intention now. To be able to do this in a healthy way, to enjoy the process, right? And to be patient with it, which is not something that all divine masculines have. And a lot of them don't. But that's part of the process of getting into that more peaceful and healed space, where you don't feel that anxiety that you're in a rush, or you want this finally resolved. And not just the love overall, but even certain challenges and obstacles that you have, right? It's accepting that those are just as important for the journey. And those are like extra ingredients to the meal that you're cooking. Maybe they don't taste very well on their own, but as part of that dish, delicious. Makes all the difference in the world. Okay, I'm gonna finish here today. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you like this reading. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, or share, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.